That's just my nature. But nevertheless, it's written in our Holy Scripture that who is it that drags you before the courts? Who is it that drags you all before the judges? It's the rich people. It's the rich people who are profiting off of us, like they are eating us like bread. You know what I'm saying? And they have made more people poor because it's written also in the Scripture that the rich is going to get richer and the poor is going to get poor. Y'all think you got it bad now? It's going to get a lot worse than it is now because they don't have a conscience. They don't know what it is to be out on the street like you guys are, like I have been. They don't know that. So they sit up in their little fine houses doing all fine and doing all well because I got it made. You don't know what tomorrow will bring, brother. Nobody knows what tomorrow will bring. And if we see people out on the street like this, we need to get into our pockets and help them any kind of way we can, no matter what they want to do with it. Help is help. So I'm glad to see this. I'm glad to be a part of this because it ain't right. It ain't right. They know it ain't right. They make these bills that don't do nothing but enslave people. They make these bills that don't do nothing but reach into our pockets. It's all about money, man. And if you ain't got it, it's just your fault. It's your problem. You live in a capitalistic society. You should be able to do this and that and the other. You should be able to do this. What if I don't decide to do that then? What if I decide to go the other way? What if I decide to be a crackhead? Hey, I was a crackhead at one time. I'm not going to lie about it. I have nothing to hide. And you all should not, whoever's sleeping on the street, whoever's getting drunk, whoever's doing their thing, don't be ashamed. Live your life accordingly. Because nobody can judge the other. Nobody can tell you that you're wrong when they're wrong too. They're hypocrites. But nevertheless, I want to encourage you guys. Don't give up because this ain't our home anyway. Everybody is homeless. I don't care if it's the president, he's homeless too. He might look like he got it made, but nobody knows what tomorrow will bring. You know, it is right to do right. And when you do right, right will follow right. But this damn country ain't doing nothing but wrong. Spending billions of dollars on military hardware when we got people out here on the streets. It don't make no sense. The richest country in the world we're the most powerful country at this time. And what are we doing with it? R&D, research and development. They're not researching on human beings. They're not trying to develop human beings. The correction center is broke. The law is broke. Everything in this system is broke because it's Satanized. It's Satanized. These people represent Satan who are putting us down. We are the children of God. The homeless are the children of God. Who are the ones that are suffering more in this life? Those who don't have nothing. You better believe me. We live in a sphere where Satan himself is doing his thing. But he won't outdo God. Because the Almighty will make sure that everybody who has been wronged, everybody who has been murdered unjustly, everybody who has suffered injustice, your day will come. And their day will come also because they will be accountable. They will be accountable. Thank you. Yeah, William, thank you.
Thank you. We're going to bring up Carl right now. Come on up, Carl. Give it up to Carl. Show him some love.
Yeah. Your number? Yeah.
All right. I'm Carl, as he said. I've been out here for about 8 years, and there's probably a few of you out here who recognize me, know me. Mama, thank you. I'll be here all week, probably. All right, so anyway, I didn't have anything prepared. I wasn't planning on speaking until our young organizer asked for volunteers. And since I've been out here the last month or so, I just got out of the county jail. And I've been back out here on the streets, but previous to that, I wasn't, I didn't understand homelessness, and I think I understand where a lot of our problems come from, and I think it's a lack of understanding and an unwillingness of certain people to realize that we're all people too. And I think that what a lot of people don't realize, and I didn't realize, was that we're all this short from being homeless, from being out here where all you guys are, where all of us are. And those are the kind of people that are out here passing these laws, and they like to hide us. They want to, out of sight, out of mind. And I think that's what a lot of these laws are about. If anyone who tells you that, the camping ban was about keeping camping out of city limits, and it wasn't about the homelessness, all of us standing here is just proof that, that's just a lot of bullshit. And, the only people I heard speaking out for this camping ban that was written by the Honorable Elvis Brooks was bar owners. Yeah. Let's hear it for Elvis Brooks. All right. I agree, 100%. So, when I heard about this, I went to the city council meetings, and I'm not a political person. I really don't take any kind of action in really anything. I'm really kind of stick to myself. But this is something that touched on me, because when I first came out here, when I wasn't at the Mission or someplace other unpleasant homeless shelter that they have out here, I would find some place to sleep, and I'd get woken up by the police, and they'd say, well, go sleep on the 16th Street Mall. Go sleep on the 16th Street Mall. You can't stay here. And so that's what they were telling everybody for the first couple of years that I was out here. And then all of a sudden, we have all these bar owners and restaurant associations, wanting to pass this camping ban. And, I went to that meeting, and I saw a man. He was there. He owned a bar on the 16th Street Mall, and he was sitting there and he was crying. And he was saying, oh, I don't want to lose my business. And I'm thinking to myself, how does a bar on the 16th Street Mall, it's raking in more money than I'd even know what to do with, and they're worried about the homeless person that's sleeping on their doorstep after they're closed and they're gone before they get there, because the police make sure that's what happens. So it's all a farce. And I think it's all about keeping us out of sight. And I think that this law, or this bill, support the right to rest, I think we all need to step out and support it, because if they don't see us, they don't think about us. And so, if there were more of us out there, they probably would have passed the bill anyway. That whole city council meeting was a farce, but that was the city council. Now we have the Senate, and that would be a bill, and it would go to the voters, and we can make some actual change. And I think it's up to us to step out there and take it upon ourselves to make the change. It's great that we have people on the outside that come in and try and help us out, like our friends from the university, the law students and whatnot. But I think it's hard for them to do what we could do, because they don't have an understanding of what we go through. And I think it's up to us to make that change. And I think one thing that we need to do is make people more aware. And something that I have planned is I want to make it clear to people who don't live on the streets like us what we go through on a daily basis. Everybody points to shelters and say, oh, there's homeless shelters, there's places they can go. They don't need to be on the street. Well, I can tell you, in the 8 years that I've been out here, I've met so many people that have been kicked out of the homeless shelters for no reason at all. Been treated poorly all the time. I can't stand going to the rescue mission, but I don't have a choice because I don't want to be on the street. And they've got these rules now. It's sub-freezing weather. People who sleep out in the cold when it's 2 degrees out, 0 degrees out, negative degrees out. Can we all agree that at the very least that's tempting fate, if not asking for for bad things to happen to you. Okay? So everybody says, well, the homeless shelters. Okay, I'm staying at the East Shelter right now, which is a city-funded building, and it's being run by the Rescue Mission. And they are throwing people out on the streets for 7 days and 30 days at a time for things like not bringing back a towel or not checking back in your blanket, having an empty water bottle next to your bed. A man was in the middle of the diabetic, I can't think now that I'm up here. A diabetic seizure, thank you. And he ate a cookie, and him and his son were thrown out of the shelter for 7 days, and it took 3 days to get to the head of the mission to have him overturn that. Is that not absolutely ridiculous? In the time that I've been out here, you guys mentioned I think you said 163 names that they read out over there. How many of those people were thrown out of the Denver Rescue Mission, who the city is entrusting to take care of us, to give us a place to stay, give us shelter? And people are being thrown out all the time. I forgot to turn in my towel one morning, and they kicked me out for 7 days, even though I turned in my towel after the person who was checking in had left. And they're supposed to take care of it. They'd get me in the next night, and so I went 3 nights having to fight with them before they finally got that fixed. So someone forgets to turn in their towel, and they could end up on the street missing a limb because they got frostbite, or worse, they could die. And so I think what we need to do is we need to make a showing of this bill, and we all need to take it upon ourselves to make that change and make people aware of what we're going through. We can't be silent any longer, and it's up to us. Thank you.
That's what this is about right here. That's what this is about. The stuff that's happening out on the streets. Please remember that. Please remember Carl's story. Give it up one more time for Carl. Mike and Sherry are going to come up now. Mike and Sherry have been around for a while. They're good friends. They're going to come up and give you what for.
Liberty.
Right to Rest Fest, guys! That's what we're here for! Everybody who breathes, who eats, who sleeps, they are all born with the right to rest. And that is what we are here for, fighting for. I don't care how the people in this lovely building across from us feel about us. I feel like I love every single person I've met out here very much. They are very close to me. Ray, Therese, Audrey, Danny, my homie Danny, he's been there for me through it all. My husband, he's great. I just want to say that I support this wholehearted,ly, and I think everybody here deserves the right to rest and the right to survive without being criminalized. Absolutely. So I'm really nervous, and I'm not a very good talker right now, but I'm going to pass it over to my husband.
Yeah! What's up, my fellow compatriots? Right to rest. Now, those were 3 words that we have been fighting for not just this year, not just last year, but for decades. We're tired. We're tired of all these people thinking that we're just a sore sight or that we don't belong. We are human and we bleed just like you. We deserve a better life. We deserve this tiny home village that we've been fighting for all these months. We deserve to have a place to live in this beautiful state of Colorado. We deserve to have what we have been fighting for this whole time, a right to rest. Thank you. All right, thank you, Mike. Thank you, Carrie. I'm going to bring up Eric Pratt. Y'all don't know Eric. You will. First of all, I've been tripping over this very nice coffee mug that's still got hot liquid in it. It was left on the ground over here. So if this is yours, it's right here. It's got something in it. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy with the sign. Not usually this sign, but I carry this sign with me in spirit every day. I want to talk to you today about what you can do in order to help change the laws that oppress people. I don't know if you guys know what jury nullification is. I'd like to thank my co-defendant, Mark Iannicelli, for getting jury nullification in the news with me. Thank you. I have been protesting against oppression for quite a long time. I've been arrested 51 times for my sign. And he did. He was there for the 51st. Thank you, David. Government by the people only works when the people find cause to invest themselves therein and show up. You have all elected to show up today, and I thank you for that. There's a law in Denver that you cannot sit down on the ground within the Denver Improvement District area, which includes the 16th Street Mall. You can sit in their chair, but you cannot put your ass cheeks on their dirty ground. Well, I don't like that law because I see them abuse that law. I see them take people that sat down next to their friends at chairs on their duffel bag, which is their home, and now their home is being rifled through without good cause. And I object. I object to that treatment and subjugation of people. So I took a box and I put it on the ground and I put a donut underneath that box and I wrote Acme Cop Catcher Kid on one side and I put Police Appreciation Day free donut on the other side. And I put my ass cheeks on their dirty ground to hold my string. They told me, you can't sit on the ground, Mr. Brandt. And I said, I am sitting on the ground, so I can. They offered me a chair. I refused to get up off the ground. They gave me a verbal warning. They asked me if I took my meds today or if I needed services. I said, I do need services. I need you to serve and protect. There is no asterisk after serve and protect. It does not say service not available in all cars subject to worship and praise. It says serve and protect, period. So I sat down and they gave me a written warning. I signed their written warning and I sat right back down and I was arrested for sitting down on the 16th Street Mall. And it's okay to be arrested. You'll be all right most of the time. But I'm not getting arrested because of the people that didn't make it through. I'm getting arrested because of the people that aren't going to make it through tonight. So I went to trial, and I admitted to all of that. I told my jury I studied the law. I deliberately broke the law. It was my intention to break the law, just like they did in Selma and just like they did on the Woolworths counter. My jury returned a not guilty verdict in less than 10 minutes. So I am asking all of you to find cause within yourselves to invest in government by the people. Go out there, stand up, make noise. If you're not tampering, if you're not irritating, if you're not annoying, then you're not protesting. And I'd like to thank all of the people that have been doing all this organization. There's a lot of people doing a lot of different work. We each have our own methods. They're all important. I'd like to thank Denver Homeless Out Loud. I'd like to thank Tiny Homes. I'd like to thank Occupy Denver. Thank you all for all that support you guys give me. I can't do this without you. I need you. Thank you. And I would also like to remind everybody that the police kill a lot of people in this state. We're second in the nation. And there is an event tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock to commemorate and protest against the murder of Jessica Hernandez. I'd like everybody to come get justice for Jessica. Let's hear it for jury nullification. Thank you.
One of my heroes in town. One of my heroes right there. Does anybody know sign language? Anybody? Yeah. I also want to point out we have an email list going on the back table there. If you guys want to get the email, get information about what we're doing, sign up on the email list. And with that, I'd like, wait. Anybody see the other glove? We're missing another glove. There it is over there. Found. God, we're good, aren't we? All right. I'd like to bring up Drea from 9 to 5 right now. Give it up. Come on, give it up.
Hello everybody, my name is Dre Chiriogaflor with 9 to 5 Colorado. We're a grassroots women-led organization that works on policies in the workplace. But recently we've been working on some campaigns around RTD as well as gentrification. So as we all know, people are just getting kicked out of their homes really fast. Prices are going up and we don't have many protections that actually protect us as renters. So we've been working on a renters' rights campaign to identify the biggest barriers people have to finding housing and to staying in their homes. So we're doing a series of speakers bureaus. The first one, I guess the second one is on January 28th, this Thursday. From 6:30 to 9. It's going to be at the Denver Inner City Parish. I have flyers for folks who want to show up. Basically, a few of our community members and members of 9 to 5 will be talking about their biggest issues and struggles when trying to find housing and staying in their homes. One of our members has lived in 26 different homes in the past 4 years. Clearly, this is not sustainable. So please come down and support these folks, and then I'll be presenting our data that we've collected from the community, and we want your feedback. What do people want to see worked on? Right now, rent control is illegal in Colorado, and it's causing a lot of people to struggle to find housing. Also, it's very easy for people to be evicted right now as things are. So please come out, support this, and if you are one of those people that wants to speak out and share your story with legislators, we want to hear you too. So if you have any questions, please come talk to me. I have flyers in my bag, like I said. Thank you, and I'm here also to support the repeal of the urban camping ban as well. Thank you.
Give it up for Andrea, please. Give it up. There's flyers running around here. She's got flyers. There's Steven somewhere around here with flyers. You guys want to go to this. You really do. You want to learn what your rights are. Renting rights, all of it. You want to know what the heck's going on. Right now, from Fort Collins, we're going to bring up Mary. Somewhere. Mary, here she comes.
Who do I talk to?
Mary from Fort Collins. Oh, right there. Here she comes.
Let me know. I'll be around. Is that her? Is that the music? It's ready.
Hi everyone, I'm here to talk to you about my story. I was never homeless. A couple years ago, my husband was diagnosed with MS. We came to Fort Collins to get better medical treatment.
We've been seeing you.
And blah, 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 Social Security screwed us. But I got a senator to fix it. The point is we were homeless. It's really hard to get unhomeless. It's really hard. And I was appalled by the fact that you can actually be arrested for trying to live. And it's no different in any city. Fort Collins. What I want to say is I know that we depend a lot on missions and so forth and so on, but missions are corporations. We need to get together and solve this on our own. Missions make money off of us. They're corporations. We need to fix this on our own, and I encourage people to get community members, family members together and start marching, start taking action. We need action. We need to run the missions. We know what we need. They don't know what we need. Amen. Denver out loud. Awesome.
Burn down the mission!
All right, can we get some Rasta music going real quick?
Rasta.
Rasta, whatever.
See what it is.
Can we get some Rasta? We got some good music. Lynn, come on up here. Lynn's going to entertain us for a minute. Rasta, if you got it.
Got Sublime.
Will techno work? Lynn, she's like, yeah, whatever. Give it to her.
Dame